guys see that Tarantino wrote a movie called The Movie Critic, right? He wrote this script called The Movie Critic. He's like, this is my last movie ever. I'm going to be done. Brad Pitt was attached to it, and he's like, this is it. And then he said, I'm scrapping it. I'm moving on. I'm done, right? Now we found out that actually what The Movie Critic was the sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is a crazy thing to hear about. I'm like, that's a thing. And so Brad Pitt didn't want to be done with it, so he went to Fincher. And Fincher said, yes, I'm going to produce this movie. And Tarantino agreed upon it. So this is, we're talking about Tarantino's script about Brad Pitt's character for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is being produced by Netflix. We're talking about a lot of information here, and I'm super excited about this because I love Brad Pitt. I love Tarantino, and the idea that he had, I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was a fun movie, and like fucking, I just picture about DiCaprio with that fucking flamethrower. It was so cool. And now DiCaprio's in negotiations to come back. Also on top of that too, we have Margot Robbie in negotiations. She said she's available to come back to play Tate again, which I think is fantastic. But it'll center around Brad Pitt's character of the stuntman Cliff Booth. Now this was in 2019 when this came out. I know we need volume 3. I hope so, Queen. This is centered around Cliff Booth, who was again Leonardo DiCaprio's character stuntman in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now they weren't going to do this. It's happening now. They're not saying much details about the actual plot, but again, Tarantino gave the rights over to Netflix and to David Fincher to produce this, and they're all super excited to be involved in it. DiCaprio might be involved. We'll find out very soon. Guys, I'm excited about this because, again, this is an idea of Tarantino. He doesn't usually throw his ideas off to somebody else to actually produce. So to me, I'm like, this is crazy to me. I can't believe this is happening. It's hard. Here's what I'll tell you guys, though, because I've worked with Fincher before. I told you guys that before. And for somebody like Margot Robbie, who has never worked with him before, throw it out there. I don't think she knows to get herself into. I don't think she does. And I think that Brad Pitt has done Benjamin Button, Fight Club. Also on top of that, he did Seven with him. He knows what he's getting himself into. This is going to really change the vision, the look, and the drive of this movie. And I think it's interesting. It's exciting. Fincher was supposed to do Squid Game, the American version, next, but maybe that's in the back burner now because of this. I know Jonathan's clapping.
Great show. It's a great show.
It's a great show. I don't know if we need an American version of Squid Game, but it's a great show. This is interesting. It's just because this doesn't usually happen. Tarantino doesn't put his movies out there. They're saying he's going to get a fortune for the script, and they're going to move forward with it with Netflix. Guys, what do you think? Because me, I'm super excited. I want to see it. I love Fincher. Fincher's tough to work with. Can I say that for 1 second? He's fucking tough. He screamed at me multiple times. I work with him.
That's his name. That's his name, or you're calling
Fincher.
him that?
David Fincher. Have you never?
Okay.
You know David Fincher is, Jonathan?
I don't think so. Have
you seen Seven?
Fincher?
Have you seen Fight Club?
Yeah, I saw Fight Club.
Social Network. Yeah. He's a director, writer, most of it.
Okay.
He usually does like 40 to 60 takes per shot.
Oh God!
What?
Oh God!
He exhausts his actors. That's his whole thing. When I worked with him, I watched Gary Oldman on Mank walk into a door for 42 takes. He's walked into a door. Just walked in, opened the door and walked in.
Wait, he yelled at you? What happened?
Oh, he screamed at me.
What did he say exactly?
Okay, here's what happened.
Can't repeat it.
I can say some. This as Mike Kate. I miss you, Mike. I'm burning my career down during this show. So I stood in and double. I didn't double, but I stood in for Gary Oldman on Mank, right? Or for Gary Oldman. And this scene is Gary Oldman in a field during Mank, and he's just like talking to people. He's walking through this whole thing, and I'm on my mark, and we're just kind of figuring it out. And Fincher wanted me to just turn this much. That's it. Just turn this much. And he's like 2 football fields away. He's like, what? Scream! Fucking turn! Screaming at me across this whole football field. And I'm like, what? I really can't. It's like, turn! And I go, like this. And he goes, thank you! And I'm like,
he was far away. You got to be heard.
Yes.
He was at least most polite about it. That's cool.
And the AD goes, "We gotta put you in a fucking walkie," and they put me in a walkie. So I had one ear in a walkie from Fincher directly in my ear, and one ear for camera in the other ear, and that was my job. And when I ended that show, Fincher's wife came to me and said, "I hope he wasn't that mean to you. I know he yelled at you a lot. I hope you're okay." And I said, "I'm okay."
I mean, at least he said thank you in a yelling voice.
Thank
You really want to hurt your feelings.
No, Fincher is an here's the best way to say he's a
asshole.
No, well, he's artistically insane. That's what I would say.
He's like Michael Bay. I heard Michael Bay could be an asshole on set.
Honestly, Jordan, he pulled me aside at one point, like he was screaming at me, and he pulled me aside and goes, "Hey, man, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. You're amazing. You're fucking helping me out so much."
He's a hardcore director. He's a fucking hardcore director.
Is it okay to do 60 takes of something like that? Though? Is that okay?
That's his thing.
Do they bake it into the schedule? They bake it into the schedule that he's going to go crazy.
We would usually do like 2 scenes a day, and we would set it up for about 40 minutes, and we do 2 hours of takes, and then 40 minutes and 2 hours of shooting. And Fincher's idea of how he shoots things is this: he says, if we're spending all this money, right? Why are we not spending more time on actually shooting it?
I'm there now. I agree with that.
You know?
But
that's his idea.
Not the same thing 60 times. Because did he not get the shot he needed on 38?
Apparently not, Jonathan. Apparently not.
He probably wants a whole bunch of options. He's probably that guy that does everything in post, and he's like, "All right, let's look at everything now."
Where I come from, that's called anal.
I ain't touching that.
I like I like the idea of Tarantino being a writer for hire now, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So let's go. Brandon, get in here first. Brandon, so you hear about this. Tarantino, his directing career is almost done, he says, right? He says he's got one more movie in him, and the movie critic was supposed to be his last movie, right? And people didn't really know what it was about. They said it was like 1970s movie critic. That's all we really had on it. But this is very different, drastic. They said it evolved as he was writing it.
I bet.
Are you excited that he is like pushing towards, just writing?
I am actually. Yes. I mean, he's a great director, but let's be real. The movies would not be good if he didn't write good movies.
Yeah.
He's not directing the remake of Snow White.
Nobody's doing that after.
I'm gonna see it.
But you know what I mean. It's like I think he's a writer first. I think he's a writer first and a director second. And I think that it's cool that he's like kind of handing it off. And I would hope that. And I know he's working on a play right now, which I'd love to see. I think his dialogue is perfect for playwriting. I think it'll be great. I think I can see him totally just becoming a writer at this point, and I'm okay with it.
Well, that's why this is cool, because he's branching off into new unknown territory. And Fincher, I'm not trashing on Fincher.
True Romance, right? That wasn't directed.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. That's true. But it's very rare that he does this. You know what I mean? It's very rare. And I just love, because I think that Fincher and Brad Pitt, they have a connection already. They know how to work. And even though I'm saying Fincher's tough, but he gets good results. You know what I mean? And I think every actor and every person that works in Hollywood's worked with them at least one time to understand what true art is sometimes. And I do love him, but he's tough. Fucking man, he's fucking tough. Do you like his movies? And what do you think about Fincher actually directing a fucking Tarantino movie?
I mean, yeah, I think it could work. I would like. I don't know much about Tarantino's style of directing, but I would imagine it's a little bit more.
A lot of feet.
Yeah. I would imagine he's a little nicer to the actors, but maybe not. I don't know. I would think that he seems like he's a little bit more actor forward in terms of directing than maybe Fincher is. Just from what you said, it sounds like Fincher's one of those guys who's like, okay, and then he turns 30 degrees exactly, and
that's what it is.
Exactly framed up perfectly right. Versus Tarantino's like, a little bit more actor forward. But I would, I would love to see Margot Robbie in anything again.
Oh fuck yeah, get her in there. I got the Fincher, like the camera guys were literally like on their monitors take a dry erase marker, and like when they started here and they moved to here, they'd find a prop or something in the frame to put a dry erase marker along the whole parameter of it, so they hit the exact same frame. Because if they didn't, he would tell them it was wrong, and they go again.
So he's a continuity snob.
Yes, he edits everything too. He knows exactly what he wants.
That makes sense. Oh yeah, he's a full-on auteur. So I guess we can't be too mad at him. I mean, the movies are good.
His movies are good.
Do you get overtime?
Yeah.
Do you get overtime on those shoots if he's doing 60 takes?
Nope, 8 to 10 hours every day. You know.
Hey, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
He would do like a lot of times one scene, if maybe two, mostly one scene a day, and the second would be a smaller one. But he would just have it very specific, very, this is what I'm doing. That's it. That was very, very simple days.
I think that's cool. I mean, he doesn't overwork you. He makes you concentrate on one thing or two things, which is
the actors had to do a lot. Jordan, were you ever a fan of Fincher stuff too? And do you think that Jordan, did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Let me ask you that first.
No, I did not.
So you didn't care about Cliff at all, do you, huh?
I am not the biggest Tarantino fan. I'll tell you I will tell you the only movie of his I've watched and loved and liked was Reservoir Dogs.
Great movie.
That tells you anything, that was his first fucking movie.
So Jordan, here's my real question then.
Why didn't you keep going?
I know. Here's my real question, Jordan.
And I'm like, dude, I couldn't even get into Kill Bill. I was like, nah.
Let me hit you with this. Because
you like Fincher because I love Fight Club.
Let me hit you with this though. Do you know that Tarantino wrote a script for Star Trek?
Yes, we've talked about it on here.
Cool.
Yes, there we go.
And I said, there's no goddamn way that's ever getting made either.
Let me ask you though. Do you think because of this that somebody could do the rated R version of Tarantino's Star Trek? And would you watch it?
Ooh.
I'd probably watch it because it's Star Trek. Would it ever happen? No. Because I don't think Star Trek will. I don't think Paramount will ever release their thing to be rated R. I just don't think it will. Star Trek's always about hope and the future's so positive. I just don't think they'll go down that rated R route.
Don't you want to see, Jordan, Sam Jackson saying, "Get these motherfucking Klingons off my motherfucking deck"?
Well, the problem with that is I don't think the 24th century used motherfucker anymore, because if you remember when they went back in time in the 80s.
Here's the fucking nerd shit. Here we go.
Captain Kirk didn't even know what a certain swear word was.
I love that shit, Jordan.
Okay, Jordan, I have a question for you.
Said,
I'm
Jordan.
going to nerd out for a minute with you. I have a question for Jordan.
You get in there.
Okay. Larry Niven, Ringworld, the movie. Yes?
Did you stump Jordan? Jordan?
It's not a movie yet. It's a novel. I'm saying, would you see that? Would that make a great movie? I don't know why they haven't turned that into a movie yet. And then that's my nerd moment, and I'm going back.
That is a nerd moment.
I mean, this whole thing for me has been a nerd moment.
Who the fuck is Larry Niven?
Larry Niven.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
A writer.
Is a great science fiction author. And he created a book, whatever. Series.
I've never read it. I've heard of it. I've never read it.
All right. So, well, never mind. Let's go back to the Star Trek rated R thing now.
No, we had it. I think it was one of our main discussions was Tarantino Star Trek.
We did. You know what? It keeps coming up, Jordan.
I think it's going to happen. Awesome.
What would be rated R about it, though?
Let's go.
What would be rated R about it? Just the language? I mean, I guess it could be violent, but even then, like, their weapons aren't, like, violent weapons. It's just
they're mostly set on stun.
Right, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, but it could be those beam me
but
up.
It feels so good.
You'll sit your ass down.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, like you were talking about. Yeah, the transporter malfunction.
Yeah, I love that fucking shit. GR, do you want this at all? Do you want Tarantino's script to be a Fincher movie?
Couldn't care less. I mean, I wouldn't put up with. I don't have the temper to put up with Fincher.
I can see you fucking yelling at him.
No, I'd bitch slap him.
Oh shit!
I wouldn't put up with that shit. I'd walk up the side. I'd walk up to him, bitch slap him, and say, fuck you, and walk off the set.
Wow.
How about for $25 million
I was just gonna say, if you were getting paid the big bucks, you'd be like, "Yes, sir, no problem."
Hey, sir, can I
For
have
$25 million, Brett, I probably would, but they're not going to pay me $25 million, so I have to put up with this shit.
If you were the star, and they were, you'd be licking the boots.
Well, if I was a star, he'd be licking my boots.
Oh,
Come on. Be real. This guy gets away with this shit because he can. The first guy that stood up, somebody like Pitt or one of those guys, that stood up and said, "Fuck you, Fincher. You got 40 takes. That's enough." And that would end that shit.
Yeah, but if that actor, I see Pitt as a perfectionist too. I don't think he minds. He's worked with them before. So if
I'm not saying you're wrong,
I'll get there by
Jordan,
take 40.
But certain people don't put up with that bullshit.
Well, I know. But what I'm saying is, if he's worked with them before, so it's not like he's coming into anything new. So he must enjoyed something.
He enjoyed the shenanigans.
But you pay me $25 million, and I'll set a boundary. But they're not going to pay me $25 million, so I can kill him.
I am GR's wasted life.
Dang, that's a lot.
Well, it hasn't been wasted so far, but
Jonathan, do you feel the same way as GR?
As GR, about $25 million, you would be surprised what the hell I would do for $25 million.
Would
I'm
you
not
do
saying I
everything
wouldn't, Jordan. I just said
all 60.
I don't see it happening. Them giving me or you $25 million. As much as I would like it for both of us.
How are we going to pay for the freak-offs, guys?
I know. How are we paying for freak-offs?
I think regardless of the money, I think if the actor
only $23 million
and the director are if they're in sync and they want to make this moment as great as they can, and there's the money to pay the people who aren't multimillionaires, right? Then go for it. Make that movie. Make it what you want. I think the moment abuse and insults and stuff like that comes into play, that's a different story. But if everybody's game, then do your thing, man. That's how you became who you are in the first place.
What do you think about Tarantino, like relinquishing the rights to his script?
I want those sunglasses. It's Tarantino sunglasses.
Right? I don't think he has anything else to really prove anymore. I mean, he's Tarantino. So if somebody wants to pay him what's probably a lot of money.
They're calling it a fortune. They're calling it a fortune.
Yeah, if you're going to call your paycheck, if other people are calling it a fortune and you're calling it a fortune in Hollywood, then look, he's like, yeah, here, because if it's great, then he's going to be rich and he didn't have to work as hard putting it all together. So that's a win. If it's not great, then they're all going to say, you took his words, but you weren't as good as Tarantino. That's also a win for him because he's got the money anyway. I mean, way to go. The dude has nothing to prove. So sell your script and sit back and enjoy.
Well said.
I agree.
Right. Brandon, you would take that, right? You take that payday?
I'd take that, and then I'd probably do what he's doing and write a play that won't make any money.
Oh, yeah!
Well, see, but the same thing. Like back in the day, people were like, "Oh, these talkies are ruining the theater." You know, I mean, it evolved.
GR got that reference. GR got that reference. He got that.
I'm excited about this. I really like. I think that Once Upon a Time was fun. I think that what Brad Pitt did with that character, the stunt double was fun. They want to do a series about Leonardo DiCaprio's character. They didn't actually work out. So, like, let's do this. DiCaprio will come back. I don't think DiCaprio's actually worked with Fincher before, but I guarantee he's not going to like it. And I think Margot Robbie won't either. But you know what? Why not? Throw him in that fucking
they won't
beehive.
make the movie.
No, throw in that beehive, GR. Let them fucking play with the wasps. Let them get sung a few times. Get their ass
Beehives
fucking
are bees, not wasps.
Fucking shine that some bitch and have a good time. I want to watch. I want to watch it. And you know what? Anything that Margot Robbie does, I'm there for. Fuck yeah. Right? Bring her in.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all. Control.